Hi, I'm John Farrell with autofinanceinfo.org. Who is leasing good for and who is leasing bad for?
Factory warranty.
Subprime lending.
1099.
APR. Finance charge.
TransUnion.
Equifax.
Co-signer.
Trade-in.
Lease.
F&I.
rental,
Negative equity.
Assigned.
Auto.
Finance.
Info.
.org.
You may be asking yourself, what are my qualifications to give you information on purchasing and leasing? I work at a store in the state of Florida that sells about 500 new vehicles a month. I have about 40 salesmen on the floor, and I've been salesman of the month 6 out of the previous 12 months. So I'm passing my knowledge of the inside industry onto you. Walking into a dealership already owning a vehicle, you have a couple of different options. A, we can purchase our next vehicle, or B, I might be able to save a little money by leasing. Why would I lease? Well, some of the reasons are I can save money out of my pocket every single month, and B, because I'm going to trade it in every 2 to 3 years anyway, which is a standard industry average, I can save money in the long run by never having to roll over negative equity. By choosing the leasing option, I save a little money 2 ways, every single month, and B, most of the time the down payment can be a little smaller compared to purchasing to be purchased by a bank. When walking in a dealership, there are 2 to 3 different options in leasing: years, miles, or how you want to structure your actual lease to benefit you the most. Most standard industry averages are 2 to 3 years, and then some of them have more, including 39 months all the way up to 60 months. What we're going to focus on the most is a 2 or a 3-year lease. Now you also choose your mileage, whether it be 10,500 miles a year, 12,000 miles a year, or 15,000 miles a year. Again, state to state, dealership to dealership, brand to brand, it varies. Using the standard industry with 10, 12, and 15,000 miles, we can work something up. For example, you choose a $30,000 vehicle. Purchasing that vehicle, you can do any term of a loan all the way up to 7 years, or sometimes longer depending on credit. Again, this payment, for example, using 6-year loan would be about $600 a month. We could save about $150 a month on the exact same vehicle by choosing a lease. A 3-year lease with 10,000 miles a year would save you about $150 a month in your money and also a down payment as well. Now, the reason to choose a lease is A, you're never out of warranty on this particular vehicle because you're only purchasing the amount of time that you're going to use it, whether it be 2 years or 3 years. B, most of the time you're only going to ever have to do on a leased vehicle is change the oil, which you're going to do at the dealership most of the time anyway, and if you drive heavy, maybe a set of tires. Coming out of a lease is also where it benefits you. You are basically in the driver's seat on what options you want to do. 3 different options you have at this particular point. 1, if you're done with the vehicle, you can simply turn it in, give them your keys, start fresh, and pick out a new vehicle with the same brand, a different brand, or anything you want. 2, if the market value is worth more than what your current car is, you can trade it in. I'd like to use the positive equity I have as a down payment on my next lease. 3, let's say you absolutely love this vehicle and you want to keep it for the rest of your life. Then you have the option to buy it out no matter how many miles are on the car. Those are some of the benefits of leasing. Now, some of the cons of leasing. Depending on how much money you plan to put down to start, normally a lease requires tax, tag, and title down. For example, you see all the standard industry practices on commercials for leasing where it's $159 a month. Normally you put the tax, tag, title, and any fees down. That can normally run anywhere from $2,500 all the way up to $4,000, depending on brand again. Now with a purchase, you don't have to put any money down to get a loan purchased through a bank. You don't have to with a lease either. However, the leasing, because you're only doing 2 to 3 years, is about $50 per month per $1,000 that you lease. Now I'll give you an example to kind of clarify that. On a purchase, $30,000 is normally $20 per thousand, depending on interest rate, is your monthly payment. So for example, $30,000 is about $600 a month. That same vehicle through a lease would be a little less expensive, about $150 a month different, depending on how much money you put down. Now again, if you don't put any money down, the payment could be more or less than a purchase, depending upon the residual value of the vehicle itself. So again, go to a dealership and ask them to show you both options, both leasing and purchasing, and discover which one works better for you.